The story always begins the same way. Not with violence. Not with force. Not with hacking or breaking into systems. It begins with trust. A link appears. A website loads. A promise feels reasonable. And a person clicks. In that moment, nothing feels dangerous. No alarms. No warnings. No sense that anything irreversible is about to happen. Yet somewhere, quietly, invisibly, a machine of deception begins to turn. Within weeks, sometimes days, millions of dollars vanish. Not from vaults. Not from banks under attack. But from ordinary people who willingly press confirm. Tonight, we decode the online scam that made millions vanish. Not just how it works, but why it works. Why intelligent, cautious, even skeptical people still walk into it. And why the next generation of these scams will be even harder to detect. This is Scam Decoder. The internet was built to remove distance. It allowed people to speak across oceans, send money instantly, build businesses without borders. But every tool humanity creates is also a tool for deception. Before the internet, scams required effort. A phone call, a letter, a physical office, a face-to-face meeting, time, energy, risk. Today, a scammer needs only 3 things: a domain name, a payment channel, and a story. With those, they can appear legitimate to anyone, anywhere, at any time. They do not need to break into systems. They do not need to steal passwords. They simply build a world convincing enough that victims step inside willingly. This is the new age of crime. Crimes where the victim walks through the door smiling. The scam we examine today is not a single event. It is a pattern. Repeated thousands of times under different names, different logos, different languages. It usually appears as an online investment platform, clean interface, professional language, charts, dashboards, live profit indicators, claims of regulation, claims of security, claims of advanced technology. Sometimes it promises AI trading. Sometimes crypto staking. Sometimes forex automation. Sometimes wealth algorithms, but the surface doesn't matter. The psychological engine underneath is always the same. A person discovers the platform through an ad, a message, or a recommendation from a friend. They open the site. Everything feels polished. Modern design. Clear explanations. Testimonials. Live chat support. They deposit a small amount. Nothing dramatic happens. Then they check the dashboard. The number is higher. A profit appears. They wait another day. The number rises again. They try withdrawing a small amount. It works. The money arrives. At this moment, the brain locks in a powerful conclusion. This is real. That one successful withdrawal is not a feature. It is the bait. Because once trust is established, caution disappears. The person increases the deposit. Maybe 5 times more. Maybe 10 times more. Maybe their savings. Maybe borrowed money. Maybe retirement funds. The platform now shows serious growth. Daily profit notifications arrive. Support congratulates them. Everything feels professional. But behind the screen, nothing is happening. No trading. No investing. No algorithm. No market activity. Only a database updating numbers designed to feel believable. The profit is not real. The dashboard is theater. At this stage, victims rarely feel fear. They feel excitement, pride, relief. They believe they found something rare. They tell friends. They show screenshots. They recommend the platform. This is when the scam truly accelerates. Because trust spreads faster through social circles than any advertisement ever could. A friend's recommendation is stronger than any warning from a stranger. And so the net expands. Weeks pass. Everything seems fine. Then one day, the victim decides to withdraw a large amount. This is the moment the system reveals its true purpose. The withdrawal is delayed. Support becomes slower. A new rule appears. A verification fee. A tax clearance. An account upgrade. A compliance process. The message is always friendly, professional, apologetic, helpful. Just one more step and your funds will be released. And because the victim already invested so much, paying a little more feels logical. This is the sunk cost trap. Once money is committed, the brain would rather risk more than accept loss. Scammers understand this better than most psychologists. They design the final extraction phase precisely around it. Some victims pay the extra fee. Then another appears. Then another. Until eventually, communication slows. Then stops. The website goes offline. The domain expires. Emails bounce. Social media accounts vanish. The platform dissolves as if it never existed. Because in reality, it never truly did. And the money is gone. Transferred through wallets. Split across accounts. Moved through exchanges. Washed through digital pathways that leave no easy trail. By the time authorities receive reports, the structure has already reassembled under a new name somewhere else. But the deepest damage is not financial. It is psychological. Victims feel shame. They feel foolish. They replay every decision. They ask themselves how they didn't see it. And most choose silence. They do not tell family. They do not tell friends. They do not report. This silence protects the scammer more than any firewall ever could. Because every unreported scam becomes the foundation for the next one. Modern online scams are not run by lone criminals. They are organizations. Design teams building interfaces. Writers crafting persuasive language, support agents trained in emotional manipulation, payment specialists moving funds, recruiters finding new victims. Some operate from office buildings. With schedules, targets, performance metrics. This is industrialized deception, a business model built on trust exploitation. And here's what makes these scams so powerful: they do not look illegal. They look like normal modern businesses. Clean UI, chat support, email notifications, professional terms and conditions, security badges, verification processes. Everything modern internet users are trained to trust. This is why intelligence does not protect people. Because the scam does not attack knowledge. It attacks expectation. If something looks like every other legitimate service you use daily, your brain accepts it without deep inspection. This is cognitive automation. The same shortcut that makes modern life convenient also makes deception frictionless. Another dangerous variation now exists. Some platforms are partially real. They pay early users with later users' deposits. A classic Ponzi system wearing a digital costume. For a time, everything works. Withdrawals succeed. Testimonials are genuine. Growth looks real. Until deposits slow. Then the system collapses. Victims believe the business failed. Not that it was designed to fail from the beginning. This illusion of partial legitimacy is one of the most effective scam strategies ever created. Because it produces real success stories just enough to recruit the next wave. So why do these scams work so well? Because they remove effort. No paperwork. No meetings. No identity checks that feel serious. No friction. Just click, deposit, watch. When effort disappears, suspicion disappears. Convenience is the disguise of modern deception. There's another layer. Most online scams do not promise greed directly. They promise relief. Relief from financial stress. Relief from stagnation. Relief from uncertainty. They speak to people who feel left behind by a fast-changing world. They do not sell wealth. They sell hope. And hope is the most expensive product in human history. Now, the future. Artificial intelligence has entered deception. AI-generated faces, AI-generated voices, AI-generated testimonials, AI-generated founders with LinkedIn profiles, interview videos, and business histories. The next scam platform will have a founder who never existed, a CEO who never spoke, a team that never worked, yet every piece of evidence will look real. The next generation of scams will not just imitate legitimate businesses. They will surpass them in presentation. This means fear is not the solution. Paranoia is not the solution. The solution is pattern recognition. Understanding what real systems look like and what fake systems always avoid. Real investment platforms explain risk. Scams erase risk. Real businesses show verifiable registration. Scams show vague global presence. Real profits fluctuate. Scam profits rise smoothly and predictably. Real support asks questions. Scam support only reassures. Real opportunities never pressure urgency. Scams always hurry your decision. There is a simple rule. If a system shows profit before showing process, it is lying. If a system asks for money before proving legitimacy, it is lying. If a system feels effortless, someone else is doing the work, usually building the trap. Millions have already vanished into these digital machines. Not because people were foolish. Not because they were careless. But because technology removed the visible signs of danger. In the past, scams looked suspicious. Today, scams look modern. The crime of the future will not look like crime. It will look like opportunity, like innovation, like progress, like the future arriving early. And the only real defense is awareness, not intelligence, not education, not wealth. Awareness. This has been Scam Decoder. Stay alert, stay patient, and remember, the easiest way to steal money is to make the victim believe they are earning it.